my name is Fernanda and his name is Alexis, and we're going to talk about how the feminism movement created a significant impact during the interwar period in the economical, political, and social aspects in Western countries. First of all, we have to focus on the importance of defining feminism and the three waves that emerged during that time. First of all, we're talking about feminism during the interwar period. We're going to focus on the first wave, which consisted of women's suffrage and economic conditions such as work and all that kind of situations. During the second wave of feminism, we also tend to focus on, later in the 60s, and they take into consideration women that were not considered during the first time, such as women inside third world countries and Black women. And we are currently living in the third wave of feminism. So first, as I have already mentioned, women's suffrage was really important during this time. Several countries in the Western world granted women participation during this era, for example, Canada, United States, Britain, France, etc. When talking about United States, it is important to highlight that women were the ones that were strongly focusing on granting this opportunity of voting. And Alice Paul, which was the leader of the National Female Party inside the United States, was constantly making protests outside the White House with other women, and they were granted the opportunity to vote during the time of Woodrow Wilson in 1920, thanks to the 19th Amendment of the United States Constitution. When talking about economic conditions, women were significantly increasing their labor force during this time. For example, this information of the United Kingdom during that time highlights that civil service was a new job opportunity for women that had the most importance during that time. Transportation, metal and chemical industries as well. However, women were constantly facing several conditions such as discrimination, and they were exposing to TNT chemicals that represented a threat to their health. Here we can see some of the pictures of women participating during the weapon construction, which were later used in the front lines during war.
Now I'm going to explain the role of women in war, but first of all, it's important to notice and mention the sexual revolution. During that time, men started to stand out and make them see like they are capable to do the same things as men. And we can see it during the war, because some women had the opportunity to work with men at the same level. In this example, women are going out of a plane that they drove, but also they were part of the nursery service. It is important to know that also during the World War II, 2 million women started to get in touch with the war. They started to offer them as nurses, as constructing guns for the war, and also in the Soviet Union, 800,000 women work hand-to-hand with men in the front line, and in the United States, 350,000 women work as nurses and also as part of the army. It's also important to know that there was a very important problem of racism, because only Black women were able to help Black men during the war, and it happened in the United States. Also, it's important to know that women also have to stay at home. They have to maintain economically their families. They have to do the role of mother and father at the same time at houses. For example, here, women are the ones who raise their children, but also those who work for get economical wealth. And how did they get the money? Working on the army area.
It is important to highlight that during this time, philosophical movements focusing on feminism as well as literature were emerging. For example, Simone de Beauvoir in France, she wrote The Second Sex, which was later published. It was not during the interwar period. However, she contributed to several essays that focus on the condition of women. And Virginia Woolf, this British writer, also focused about the condition of women living inside Western culture. It is important to mention the importance of the publicity and mass media during that time in order to exhort women empowerment in the interwar period. Here, for example, we can observe Get a War Job or We Can Do It, which was actually part of the publicity of one chemical and electric factory in order to make women work harder inside the factory. And here, it was just like a political poster that says, well, Canada has already granted the opportunity to vote, so why don't you, like the United States, could have this opportunity of women as well. And, well, I think that's
it.
Thank you for your time. And our questions were, we had 2 questions for the group, which were, do you think that the feminist movement would have gained enough support to change current economic, political, and social aspects regarding gender equality without the existence of the previously mentioned wars, World War I and World War II? Justify your answer.
The second one is, how do you imagine wars World War I and World War II without women's workforce as pilot, transportation, or even the fabrication of weapons?
If we had time, we would have asked, explain the influence that philosophy or mass media had in the feminism movement during this period. Do you think that they were useful? How was their impact in society? And that's it. So thank you for your time, Andrew, and you can check our outline and our references inside the PDF we sent you. Thank you.